0.09 gallons of this general anesthetic agent. Just based on the orders alone, if you calculate from April 6th to the time of Michael's death of June 25th, in those 80 days, based on the orders, what was being shipped was 1,937 milligrams of propofol a day. And keep that number in mind when you hear the statements of Conrad Murray in regard to how much he administered on June 25th. Now I want to talk about what the evidence will show in regard to Michael's final days. What you'll learn is that on June 19, 2009, Michael showed up for his rehearsal, and he was not in good shape. He was not in good shape at all. He had chills, he was trembling, he was cold, he was rambling, and Kenny Ortega, the co-director, co-choreographer of the production, from whom you will be hearing directly, was concerned. He'd never seen Mr. Jackson in that state previously. He will tell you that Michael did not rehearse that day, that he sat. He will tell you that Michael was cold. He put a blanket around him. He provided him some chicken to eat. He massaged his feet to try to warm him. But that Michael ended up going home early that evening and not rehearsing because of the state, the physical state he was in. You also hear about the next day, June 20th, 2009. And what you'll hear is that there was a meeting called at Michael's house at 100 North Carrollwood. And at this meeting were Conrad Murray, the defendant, Michael, Kenny Ortega, Randy Phillips, and a discussion was had at that meeting about Michael's health, and more specifically about what had transpired the night before on June 19th. And what you'll hear from Kenny Ortega is that Conrad Murray took a very hostile tone. He scolded Kenny Ortega for meddling in what evidently was Conrad Murray's area of expertise. He said things to Kenny Ortega when concerns were expressed. He said things such as, "I am the doctor, not you. You direct the show and leave Michael's health to me." He said, "Michael is physically and emotionally fine. Don't let it be your concern. I am the doctor." Following this meeting of June 20th, rehearsals did not take place that day, the 21st, or the 22nd, but they did resume on June 23rd, 2009. And you'll see footage of Michael performing on June 23rd, 2009. And by all accounts, it was a successful rehearsal at the Staples Center. Michael appeared strong, he was optimistic, and he was looking to the future. And he was looking to get the tour off the ground and head out to London. The following night, rehearsals resumed again. That's June 24th, 2009. And again, the rehearsal went well. Michael was engaged. He was optimistic. In fact, you'll hear from Kenny Ortega that Michael was excited because the next day they were going to be performing an illusion that was going to be part of the tour. And Michael always loved that type of magical illusion aspect of these shows. And so Kenny had told him that tomorrow we're going to do the illusion. And Michael was looking forward to coming back that next day to participate in that illusion. As you now know, he never returned to Staples Center. Following that rehearsal, the night of June 24th, 2009, Michael was taken home, and he arrived home at about 1 o'clock in the morning, which would be the morning of June 25th, 2009. What you'll learn is that it was customary that Conrad Murray would spend the night at the house, every night, sometimes only 6 nights a week, but nearly every night for at least 2 months, 2.5 months. In his own words, his purpose for being there was to put Michael to sleep with propofol. So when Michael and his security staff arrived at the house from Staples Center during those early morning hours of June 25th at around 1 o'clock in the morning, Conrad Murray's BMW was already parked in the driveway. Michael was brought into the house. Security was debriefed. The customary routine was followed. Again, the house at 100 North Carrollwood, the front door that faces out into the front courtyard, a diagram which is difficult to see from this perspective, but a diagram of the entryway where I'm pointing down below would be where the front door is located. You come into this front foyer area. As to the relevant location of where Michael died, you would go to the left up these stairs, and you would go into this foyer where I'm pointing here, into the bedroom where Conrad Murray would do his nightly infusions of propofol to Michael Jackson. You'll learn that this room on the far left was actually Michael Jackson's personal bedroom, but that the propofol administrations occurred in this room here. From the foyer, it goes into the bedroom, through a very large closet, the size of a typical bedroom, and then into the restroom. This view here is looking through the front glass doors into that foyer area, with the stairs I just described being here on the left, leading up to this landing. And again, just a blow-up of the diagram showing the relevant room where Michael Jackson received these propofol infusions.